Hello and welcome to episode 1 of Headshot, your roundup of the best action from UCD. We're going to go through some of the league's greatest moments from the past couple of weeks and look towards the future of competition. But now I'm going to hand over to our hosts, Ben and Luke.
Right, and tell you what, let's
Oh.
just go back a couple of minutes,
There is one team that's top of both
Oh, go,
NSC and all.
go on.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. So,
They're undefeated in both.
speaking about Shia LaBeouf, the game where they had against Hallam, that it looks like it could have started the end for Hallam, but it certainly put Shia LaBeouf, Chichester, whatever you want to call them, it's put them at a point now where they are dominating both leagues.
Yeah.
And it looks to me that we found the white horse, right? It's pulling the rest of the teams. It's in the lead. It's going, come on, guys, fucking speed up. You're all slow.
I think it's already put them in a position where it's their leagues to lose, really.
Yeah,
they are
because
the top team.
taking the early win, it's putting you in a good spot, but it's also putting you in a bit of a weird spot. But if we are going to talk about Chichester, I do believe it's slightly unfair to talk about them on our own. What do you reckon, Luke?
Yeah, I think we could have someone here as well to do with us.
So do I. So, reckon we should move into part 2, and we'll grab a little player interview. And not just any player, but let's take the captain of Chichester, of Shia LaBeouf. Let's bring in Rayless. How are you doing? How you doing, mate?
Good, chilling, killing. But yeah, good. How you boys doing?
I'm alright, mate. I'll tell you what, speaking about us and speaking about you gotta tell us about your games, man. Come on. You've been...
What was that to know?
Well, considering you're at the top of both leagues, and you're on a bit of a streak, you're either pulling some magic out of your ass, or you are just being ultimately the best team we've currently got, who are currently playing to their standards.
It's a bit of both, isn't it?
It looks like it from our point of view.
There's some luck in a sense of like our group we got on the new tourney. We dodged S&G London. We dodged New York season 1 champs as well. So there's a bit of luck involved in there, but I don't know. I feel like it's where the guys I play with all play COD on a daily basis, except CJ. We all just play. We'll wake up, play COD, go to bed, wake up, play COD, and that's just it.
I'll tell you what.
It's just a grind, really. What it is.
I'll tell you what. The lads on your team are boss. So we were just talking about Magic, and some of the plays he played were absolutely mental. So yours and Magic's plays were absolutely brilliant. Let's talk about you for a second, right? Because I know we talked about the team and we've talked about all that. But how are you? How do you think you've been doing play-wise? Do you reckon you've been making some decent ones, personally?
Well, as in the map?
Yeah. So how do you think you guys have been playing so far, in your personal opinion?
From my personal opinion, I'd say I mean, it's going to be better than what we expected. We sort of didn't expect to be in the spot we are now, where we haven't dropped a map since the start of last year, and so we're sat there thinking to ourselves, like, at some point it's got to come through, and we're thinking the guys in here, I've heard people like sort of talk about their team, say we've scrimmed, new player this, new player that, and it's sort of back to reality for us. And we're just sort of waiting for it to sort of kick in the case of we're going to lose a map and then we can work on stuff. But currently, as I said, better than expected. I think there's certain things in the map we could work on, even though we haven't lost a map. There's still there's little things we could work on. Like I think a big thing to point out is where if we lose about 150 points on a hard point, like overall in a game, we know there's stuff there to be worked on, even though we've still sort of ran through them. Same with S&D, like. If we're forced into clutches like a 1v2 and things like that, then there's still stuff to be worked on anyway. So, I wouldn't say it's spot on and perfect, but there is still stuff to work on.
Yeah, you're making some real progress.
Mm.
How likely is it that you guys are going to carry on with your current performance in tournament?
I think
leading on later in.
So I think overall, I don't see us keeping the streak we're on. or like the like haven't lost a map streak. I could still see us winning the whole thing, but like I don't see us like going all the way, not dropping a map for both tournaments, because there's some talks about one of the free agent teams and NSC, then that SNG London team. Like I know some of the guys in that team, and they play in sort of that EU amateur scene as well, and they're quite decent players in there. So like it'll be a fun matchup against them. But it's something I still believe we could win the whole thing. It's just putting words into matter and actually doing it.
Who
In
do
terms
you
of
think then?
so in
Go on,
terms
Luke.
of like keeping the streak, you said how you haven't dropped a map since last year, and you've still got things to work on. Have you had to deal with any like maybe a bit of complacency in the team?
yeah, a lot. I think there's moments in our sort of game. We haven't streamed last week, but there was moments in last week's game where like a little bit of toxicity from us against our own players was there. Some arguments and stuff like that. So there's always that you got to deal with. But then like all the way in Modern Warfare, we've had like 6-4, 6-5 wins on S&Ds. I think we've had a few close S&Ds this year. But overall, it's just a case of most of the time it's us just arguing against each other for the fun of arguing, and trying to keep all players level-headed it's a fun time. I wouldn't rate it a 10 out of 10.
Do you have any sort of like techniques of how you attempt to go about keeping things calm?
Mute each other, have 5 minutes, take a water break, shout at each other does work. It's just more or less just calming each other down. We all know how to stay calm on ourselves because we play COD for about since we were kids, so we know how to deal with certain situations and just stop being a twat really and try to stay calm in the map.
Tell you what, mate, it's been great having this little interview with you. I think now we're going to move on to part 3, Luke.
Yeah, well, I believe it's Tex and Mo is going to be coming on here to talk instead of us.
I mean, we got a bit to talk about. We got season 3, obviously, that's coming up. So we're looking at, I believe, partnering with just one. So we're going to run 1 day rather than 2 days next season. Am I right with that, Mo?
So at the moment we're running tournaments with Newell and with NSC.
Yeah.
And hopefully by season 3 it will narrow it down to just one of those a week. So people can focus more. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be one sort of main day. So we'll try and choose either Thursday or Monday. Probably be a Monday. Is the plan, thoughts at the moment, but that's not confirmed, so don't get your hopes up too yet. Anyway. But I think the 1 day should be a lot better. It gives people time to do scrims midweek. We can produce more content for you guys, and altogether it might be a bit easier for people. Is the thought?
Yeah.
What do you think about
the issues that we had with doing two days is that some universities have signed up for one and not the other. So it creates a kind of environment where it doesn't feel like they're playing in a community. It feels like they're playing in 2 very separate tournaments, and they're not linked at all. Which is, I mean, that's how it works in terms of the prizes and everything like that for this season. But
we want it to be more of a community, is the thing.
Exactly.
Like you go in the Discord there, everybody's talking together. It's not like we have 2 separate Discords. So I agree. I think we should keep it as one main tournament with everybody talking together. But also with that production, we can should be a lot better for us. We'd be able to do a bit more with it. Hopefully, is the plan. Which should be quite exciting. We're now going to hand the reins back to Luke and Ben, who will be talking us through how the league is going.
Right, so how, in your Mo's opinion, right, how do you two think the league are going at the minute? So we'll start off with you, Mo.
Well, I think the leagues are going fantastically well. Obviously, we've got a couple more teams playing in Newell than we do in NSC. But the one issue that we do have with Newell is that it's every round one team will get a bye, so it means that they're not playing every team is not always playing at the same time. Whereas with NSE, we've got a nice even number, so everyone plays every round of the game. But yeah, I think the league is going fantastically well, and for some of the teams, they haven't dropped a single map in either championship, which is
I think
kind of
exciting.
mind blowing. Yeah,
I think it's exciting because you can really see. I mean, like most of the university scene, we like you see up and going teams of these people who you wouldn't have heard of, and you're watching these teams that are now going undefeated, really showing some brilliance. It's really exciting for us, but also for them, because who knows, they might make it semi-pro one day. We don't know. It's quite exciting.
Compared to last season, has the activity worked? Because from what we've seen and what we've been shown, there's been a lot more players this season than there were, say, last.
Yeah, I think from the Discord point of view, it's insane. I've been inundated with messages since day one, with people joining server, etc., which has been quite terrifying for me because I've been busy as all heck trying to sort it all out. But I mean, in terms of the actual amount of unis, we've gone from 4 to 20. No, 18 plus 2 free agents, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. There's new roles left, right, and center. But what I personally, from the Discord point of view, like seeing is I join a random call at 1 a.m, and it would have players from 3 different universities all doing league play on COD, and they'll just ask me if I want to join, and I'm there thinking it's 1 a.m, I'm going to bed, but instead I'm up until 3 and I'm still playing. And it's just a good laugh, and I've made friends with a lot of the people in the groups. There are more and more people just joining and sort of finding the confidence just to join a random call and ask if people want to play. And I think that's really exciting, and sort of it's sort of like a weird warmth coming to my heart when I see it, because it shows that we're doing something right. That there is sort of that friendly atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's growing the community that clearly wasn't here before. Like they've done Call of Duty tournaments for university students in the past here and there, and actually now having something solid that people from all over the UK can join in, find friends, and compete in is something that I'm really proud to say that that's what we've done. It is worth noting, Tex. You said earlier that a lot of the people that are in the Call of Duty server now were playing different games competitively previously. A lot of the players from UE were playing Counter-Strike, were playing Valorant, and I know a lot of players from other universities were playing I can't say that word. A whole host of different games. A whole host of different games they were playing, and just seeing that actually their passion was in Call of Duty and it was just underrepresented, and being able to bring them a platform that they can really invest some proper time into, and allowing that passion to thrive. It's amazing, like seeing these players who wouldn't have known each other playing different games in the same university, now on the same team competing with each other, and yeah, really that team environment is such a great thing.
It's very exciting. I'm really happy it's happened, and I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Thank you for watching, and if you just can't get enough of the UCD, check out our Kills of the Week montage and all our other videos.